I just got off the phone with. Let me give you a backstory. First off, I have a 9 to 5. I've tried to. Um, I've written books and I've tried to be a ghostwriter for others. And that worked out for a while. It took long. It took a whole month for me to work with just one client. Then I graduated to 2 clients. But with the job, like clockwork, same amount of money every 2 weeks. But I tried to do a business here, but I prayed to God. I said, I need a coach because how I'm doing it myself, it's not giving me the results that I want. So I need someone that's where already there where I want to be. And I need them to pluck me out from where I am and take me there. So I signed up for a coaching call. I mean, for a call that was free, and then a consultation call. That's what it was. And per this call, they gave me the rundown, the education, the community group of people that I'll be surrounded with once they give me that link after I pay, and then they told me how much I gotta pay, and then how much time that they're gonna commit to me. It'd be a year, and it was worth 3,000. But they have another community that is a little bit more immersed, and there are weekly phone calls, and that one's gonna be 7,800. But I have the money now. I just said I need to get a car. I just got my car totaled, and then the check, and then supposed to be looking for a car. But I didn't want to use this remaining money for this program. But I really want to get out of my situation. I don't want to be working a 9 to 5 because it interferes with me being present with my children. Because I work from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And when I tell you this person didn't come off skilled, but I have to be aware that they have a goal too. They want me to pay so that they can increase their numbers. They have a goal too. Their goals are not my goals. I am so proud of myself because I shared with them the things that I have going on. That is never and can never be their concern. But when you share information with other people and they have different goals, but their focus is on you right now, what they can do is utilize the information that you're sharing with them, and then try to give you a master plan. Them delivering a master plan for you in some instances may not really work. It actually can be to your own destruction. They don't have the totality, the grand scope of all the things that you have going on. And even if they did, they are exempt from experiencing the loss or any casualty that will happen. Just any, they are without fault if anything, or the blessing if anything happens in my life. Just because they can see everything that is going on in my life does not mean that they're also factoring in how they would feel, or how they would how things would affect them. Wow, I am just so proud of myself. This is just a monumental milestone for me. And I think that it's a little bit bits and pieces, but it's a little bits and pieces of that is measurable. And I just give glory to God because, yes, I did identify as a pushover or a people pleaser before, but being in the situation I am right now, I have to give glory to God right now because, yes, when I left my husband, I also left a community of people that saw marriage as their identity. And not to laugh at that thought, but I that particular marriage was at my own expense. The marriage was at my expense, and that was the foundation of that marriage. And so there was I tried my best, tried to see if this could work, and but it's a part of how things are gonna go here as long as we're in this marriage. And so I was like, I guess there's no marriage. And so when I left, it's not that there's no problems, it's just that I was able to become victorious and preserve my life and be on my own. So I'm without the community as well. So that was a big step for me to not just leave him, but also leave the people that don't want to be associated with people with divorcees or whatever story he's telling. Who knows? Never sought it out. Didn't feel the need to chase people and tell my side. But that leads it to where now you're by yourself now, you and my children when I have them. But when I tell you God is not just on my side, I'm on his side, and I'm using his script, and I'm using his instructions, and I'm waiting for the promises as my reward, then I'm a part of a community of people. So I'm no longer single, but in the private times when I'm by myself, I am putting myself in situations are happening up with me where I am using the wisdom that God has given me to make choices that are going to protect the blessings that he has given me. And no matter what other goals people or organizations may have, even if they are faith-based, if it didn't come from me, I still need to weigh it, bring it to God. And I need, and some of the indicators of men and women in the faith is when you're operating, if you think you're so kind and so nice, you're just so sweet, one of the indicators of a true believer is somebody just bringing their situations to God. Things can just not be made with impulsivity, and the world may try to mask it. Even people in your particular church or your groupings and may try to mask. Decisions need to be made. You need to be decisive and use these words. And what bringing things to God does take a couple more seconds, a couple more days, however the duration is. But I'm physically in my home with my children, but I am aware that I am not doing this alone. I have to give him the honor and bring situations to him, bring thoughts to him, bring things that I'm considering to him, whether good or bad, whether it's stressing me out or I just really don't have an opinion about it. It's indifferent. I'm indifferent about it. There are some things I can make a decision on. Let me eat this. Let me live in a neighborhood with less traffic or this or that. But even that in itself, bring it to God. But bringing it to God, it has a two-part. The second part also has to be waiting. It has follow-up. Bring it. What did God say? What did he say about it? What has he already said? What did he say? How did he answer your prayer? Or what has he already said in his text? That's part two. Per this phone call I just got off of, me sharing my information, I think that's something that I can definitely let go. Definitely need to mature in delivering a no to someone and just being okay with the silence or okay with whatever they said, and then just repeating what I already said. No, not at this time. And then just allowing them to know and hear and understand I'm not wavering. I've got to be more confident in me not wavering. I've got to build that up. And I want to pose that and I want to expose that to others who may not already be there. Some people started there so much earlier than myself, but I've got to be more confident and unwavering, and however it should be said or understood or whichever. But for me, this is how how it's marinating within my thoughts and my understanding now. All glory to be to God in this milestone that I've achieved. May it transpire. May it just bleed into every other area of my life, especially in my parenting and in my thoughts. And when I'm also discussing with myself, oh, I thought I wanted to start working out daily. Oh, okay, well then that's going to look like this and that. I want to move out contradictions and other things. I have other goals. Self-sabotage. I want to do the complete opposite of that. Building, maybe not self-sabotage, but more like, or not self-create or whatever, but I definitely need God in order to build. He's a builder and creator and progressor and expander. So definitely need to get God for that. So I won't be able to do it myself. But glory be to God also in your life for the things that you have accomplished, and you haven't given a verbal celebratory note about it. Make sure that you also are acknowledging your growth and your maturity. God is hearing you. God is answering you in those places and spaces that you have allowed him to operate and take over and take control. Continue relinquishing your thoughts and your plans, your speech and your behavior, the things we memorize. I just really, really, really want to memorize more scripture, but it comes by reading the word and over and over, because I read and I study, but I definitely don't take time to memorize. Don't take time to memorize at all. I want that for you. Once you do that, you can, I was going to say therapize. I don't even know if that's a word, but you really provide for yourself what therapy can, which is to recognize things, recognize monuments and pillars in your life. And you can, when you recognize the strengths, can't nobody just come and tell you this or can't tell you that. When you recognize your pillars and the things that you are strong at and weak at, you learn to move slower in those times that you are weak. Move slow and move out. This is not an area where I have been successful in the past. I have had time, like for instance, I've had large amounts of money. At one because of a car wreck, one because of we were paid for something. It was a reimbursement. It was a large amount of money, and I'm always trying to improve. That's never gonna leave. I was trying to improve, but going to people to catapult me, I did not do thorough work in trying to see how authentically they are who they say that, where they are where they say they are financially, and that's where I felt in the past. And secondly, not realizing that people could tell me everything from A to Z, unless they chop it up and give me a demonstration at the pace that I process. I ain't gonna do a thing with the information. Not a thing with that information. So it's just how I get to where I don't know to where I know. They're gonna have to feed it bit by bit, and then give me a demonstration at the pace that I process. That's my formula. To God be the glory in every and all things. You can still jump up and down. You can still clap your hands. Have not just a great day, but keep that smile on your face for a longer amount of time and infect other people, because you're walking around exposing how God heard you, God answered you, and he has not left the throne. Have no fear, because he is still in control, and he is caring, just like his word says, for those who diligently seek him, and that's you. To God be the glory.